welcome to Procurex. Has it been everything you wanted it to be? So I'm with Lucinda from NEPO. So do you want to just give me a little bit of an overview, Lucinda, of who you are and why you're here today?
So I'm Lucinda. I'm a Procurement Business Partner at NEPO. I've worked in procurement coming up to 5 years now, so almost at the half a decade mark.
Yeah.
And I came to Procurex today with NEPO, and we have a stand set up here today to do what NEPO loves to do best. It's building relationships, it's collaborating, talking to people, and seeing what's going on in the procurement world and what lessons we can take from it.
What is there anything particular on any of the events, on any of the stands that really took your fancy today? Anything that was particularly, you thought, was it the AI? Was it the PA23? Was there anything that you thought was going to be the big takeaway for you today?
I think obviously AI is a growing conversation within the procurement world. I think we're battling sort of a new implementation of software and development, and it's how we coincide that along with procurement. So not just letting it do all the work, it's how do we put in that human essence to make it work and be tailored for how we procure solutions. So it's such a big ongoing conversation. There's obviously been quite a few little bits here and there today, but it is fascinating. It's something that's just kind of cropped up. It's like the same as when, Excel back in the day came up and everyone was like, oh, I still want to use a calculator. It's that change.
I feel like the uptake's the same, and I often use the analogy of Excel is that when it first came, people said, oh, I'm a bit scared of it. But I feel like that's where we are with AI at the moment. People know it, they know of it, but I don't feel that we fully embraced it yet. And as you said, it's the human element and it's the AI that make it work. The old Iron Man, Tony Stark and the suit together.
It's funny you say that because that's the exact same analogy I use. I use Superman Superman when he is in a fight, he doesn't just use everything that he can do. He uses it deliberately for the situation.
It's amazing. So AI, 100%. I know it's on everyone's lips. SIPs have just launched a really cool initiative, and I genuinely think it's the best thing that SIPs have done in a while, which is the great conversation. And AI, disruptive industries, etc. If I said to you, what do you think procurement should be talking about? What should be part of the great conversation? What would you say the driving things for us at the moment are?
I think now we're moving more into PA23. I think the previous sort of iterations have been very much focused on how we do procurement in sort of a fair process. It was getting that basics right about how we do procurement and making sure that we're doing it in a fair way, opening the competition. And I think whilst that has been working, I think the movement to PA23, the greater emphasis is definitely on that relationship building aspect. And I think for that moment in procurement at the minute, I think it's pivotal. Because I think we all have an idea of how we want to achieve things, but it's the suppliers and their supplier market that is able to deliver it. And they may be picking up on something or seeing something that we haven't seen. And under the new Procurement Act, I think there's so much more flexibility to have those conversations, see what's going on in the market, and how we can innovate and how we can bring new things to procurement and change it. So that for me is the biggest thing.
It's holistic, isn't it? And I think it's the big picture. So other people have mentioned to me about the supply chain and downstream. You're talking about upstream relationships. 100%. I think that's what we need to do. We need to talk more and communicate more. And if we can get that engagement, then we're in a much better place. So those are the things that are driving us where we're going. What do you think are the biggest challenges for procurement? What would you say was, from your perspective in your world or just generally out there, what do you think the challenges are that we face as procurement professionals?
I think from experience, a big part of it is that change management aspect. I think, especially within the public sector, I think it's common knowledge that a lot of people have been here since, almost when the council was first formed. They've been around for decades and they have that wealth of knowledge. But when it comes to bringing in new processes and changing things, there can be a bit of resilience towards it. And I think the idea of, having more open conversations can feel a bit against what procurement was originally, which is how we keep that fair competition, when actually we are making it more fair because we're bringing the suppliers, more into our space, and especially like SMEs, it's given that level of support and things like that. So definitely, I think change management is the bigger barrier.
So I think, like you say, we're moving out of that administrative function into a more strategic, communicative world in which we live in.
Yeah, being less reactive as well. So the idea of, oh, we've got spend, we need to spend it, we need to put it somewhere.
Yeah,
How can we think about our pipeline and be more
Yeah.
strategic? And how can we do that category management, strategic sourcing to bring things together within one area?
Yeah, amazing. Well, like, thank you so much for coming and spending and sharing that with us. I think that's that was I really enjoyed that. So thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you.